get a surprise. All right, well, I was mentioning earlier, we have loads of this day onlys planned for you in this show, and that is because our today's special sold out early. So with that said, this is definitely one of my absolute favorite picks of the whole night, of the whole show. This absolutely beautiful bag is brought to us by Patricia Nash. It has so much gorgeous detail. All of the leather is Italian leather, beautifully tooled. Wait till I take you on a tour of this bag. It comes with a shoulder strap, a long strap, so you can wear this as a shoulder or crossbody, and then you have the double handles as well. Beautiful zip detail, and we'll get you more specifics, but I do want you to meet our special guest, Patricia Nash, who is the head designer, founder, and CEO of Patricia Nash Designs. Prior to launching her own brand, she spent over 20 years designing bags for both men and women in a wide range of global brands, and she decided to venture out on her own, and well, the rest is history. This has become just, again, you now have a cult following for your beautiful bags.
Thank you.
Welcome to HSN.
Wow, this is an honor to be with Colleen today.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, you're a legend.
Listen, I am such a fan. I really am.
You.
I love your bags. This is so they let me pick one. It was hard to pick. Everything is so fabulous, but this is beautiful.
Thank you.
I love this bag.
Thank you.
Look
and
at
you
the
notice
detail.
right off the bat how they're a little different tone?
Exactly.
That's because this is Italian vegetable tan leather.
Yeah.
It's full grain and hand finished. So each hide is going to be a little different color, just like our skin color.
Right, all right.
But that's what makes it even more special.
Oh, it does. I'm just going to pop this open. I want you to see the inside, because as pretty as this bag is, and you said this was inspired by a bag that your mom owned.
Yes, in my mother's closet. I mean, over the years of designing for other women, our brands, they'd say, why don't you do your own brand? I said, when I find that right special thing. And it was really, the catalyst was finding this bag in my mother's closet. She had it in there 50 years, the only gift her father-in-law gave her. And it was a beautiful leather bag, all tooled and hand finished, and it was this shape. Of course, I changed it up for today's women. Right. But yeah, and I couldn't believe you chose that bag. I said, what a coincidence, my mother's bag.
That's crazy. That's wild. You know what? I love the size of it. You know, it's not this big, heavy satchel, but it's not a little teeny evening bag either. I like this. You can get so much. This is like a little bag that thinks it's a big bag. So I absolutely love the size of it. And the organization, I was showing you, there's 3 different compartments inside here. I mean, you can see different areas to really be nicely organized. And then I also love a front pocket. That's where your phone goes. You can grab it in a jiffy, your keys, your phone. And then on the back, the same deal. There's a snap magnetic closure, and then there's another pocket. So that's the genius of this, is it for this small bag, which isn't that small, but for a not huge bag, it has so much organization. And I love the handle on this,
well, you know, this handle is actually twisted rope underneath this, just like they did 100 years ago.
Wow.
When they made all the leather bags out of leftover leather in Italy 100 years ago, they'd take rope, twist the rope, and make this decorative handle. So, and then they'd burn the edges. It's raw edge, burned edge, and then single needle machine just to sew it closed.
That's it. I mean, that's the key. And you see, that's why. I mean, when you look at the detail here, it's one of the things that sets your bags apart from what you see out there, that beautiful edge finish, but they look vintage. Don't they?
Yes. Well, this is. I mean, this bag was in my mother's closet for 50 years.
That's amazing.
And then when I started looking at all these little satchels, I actually called this a Paris satchel because I saw that this shape was very popular in Paris in the 1920s. Oh. Yeah. So it's got a lot of great memories for this, and some would say it looks retro, some bohemian, but it is a real vintage shape. It is. It's all of that. I mean, it can be casual, it can be dressy, it can be whatever you want it to be, which is great. I do love that you included the strap. So where do we hook the strap? Right on. Yep. Oh, right on the little things here. Okay. Yeah, it's got a little hook here. Because I do love a long strap. I love the option of being able to wear this as a crossbody. Absolutely. I think that's one of the things that makes it really special. And even the way you do your hardware, it kind of has this sort of antiqued look and feel to it. Antique brass. And that strap, you can use it as a long shoulder strap or a crossbody. So if you're not really comfortable with it across your body, you can shorten it up and be a great shoulder bag. That's it. If you'd like to order yours, do not hesitate. There's the item number. We already have over 100 gone. We don't have thousands and thousands of this to go around. But tell me how the detail here, all of this tooling, how you're able to texture
and give dimension to the leather. And this is, you call it, it's Italian vegetable tan leather.
It's actually tanned with the bark of a mimosa tree, Italian mimosa tree. And they've made it into a powder, and it's actually in these big drums and tans this leather. And then when it comes out, it's hand finished, and so that's where we get all this different shading because it takes the natural color of it. There's some of the leather in the factory. You can see where it's hand cut. There's no automation of this bag. This is handcrafted just like it was 100 years ago.
Wow.
And that's the beauty of it. And I love always showing the leather that's not backed with some PVC or some kind of synthetic material. This is all leather on the bottom, on the inside collar, behind, on the straps, behind the straps. And a lot of brands don't do that. So we've got a classic Italian bag, just like one you'd buy in Italy.
Exactly. That is exactly right.
At 3 or 4 times the cost.
Right. It's called, and it's called, the color is called Florence.
Yeah.
And that's it. This looks like you would spend a fortune for it. I see a bag like this. You just assume that this was, you know, a $600, $700 investment because you don't see details like this. The quality is just undeniable. These become investments in our wardrobe. This is a bag you order tonight. You carry it all year round. And you have this forever. As like you said, it's inspired by a bag your mom had in her closet for a long, long time. It does have, it can be very ladylike. It can be very cool with just your jeans, depending on how you style this bag. And I think that's one of the things I love most about it. It's a really versatile, you could be dressed up or uber casual when you're carrying this bag.
And I love when I'm in have personal appearances and so forth, where I'll see the daughter, 20-something, the mother, and the grandmother. And they all love it because it has a real great, passionate connection to them for different reasons. You know, the younger one thinks it's really cool, boho, retro. The mother remembers that in her mother's closet, or the grandmother, and then the grandmother remembers this quality that's been lost. You know, in that real natural way of constructing a bag.
And then you'll see, I mean, all of your, you know, your little hang tags are in here. Your dust cover is going to be included in here as well. And you really give a lot of thought into your bag interiors, don't you?
I do. I use a faux suede lining and this lighter color so you can really see everything on your bag. One of the things that used to make me crazy is this dark hole and you can't find anything. And you end up putting it all out on the table before you find that one little thing you were looking for. So that lining is really great, and it just wipes with a damp cloth, so it really is easy to keep clean.
And even here, the front pocket, this front pocket, it also has that suede lining, so it's just everything about it. It's very tactile. It's just fun to wear, fun to look at, and it just is one of those bags that every time you have it on, I'm just going to step out here. I mean, I do love that your strap is long enough. I'm tall, and sometimes crossbodies, I have a tendency to be too skimpy, and you know, a crossbody looks like a necklace on me or something. So I like that I could even actually make this a little longer if I wanted to. So I like that you gave us a generous strap to play with here. And that's important because if you are of larger stature or a taller person, sometimes crossbodies do not work for us.
Absolutely. And you know, the same goes if you're not very tall. This leather, you can hole punch it so easily and it'll look just like it did before. So you've got a lot of strap there to do whatever you want there, and it'll look completely natural.
Look at it, and don't you love the size of this? So it's not as small as a classic crossbody. It's not as big as a tote. It's this great little satchel. It's in between. And I think that this is what a lot of us need. I don't know about you, but I have to carry this huge, heavy bag to work. But other than that, I don't like to carry a big, heavy bag around all the time. But I need to carry a lot of stuff, and we all do, right? We have our phones, and we have our keys, and we have our, you know, everything, you know, when you're out and about for the day. And I think that's what I love here, is I can get what I need in the bag, but it's not weighing me down.
And if you're going into a little place that's a little bit more elevated, or you're going to a nice little luncheon, you could take that crossbody strap, just unclick it, put it inside your bag, and just have a really ladylike satchel.
That's it. And there's only a few hundred available. If you'd like yours, already a couple hundred have been spoken for. So I would love to encourage you. It's $20 off as of this day only. So take advantage of it if you'd like to. It's a very unique, it's special. And I think that's why your designs are so recognizable. Right?
Yes. I often get told, if you don't want to be recognized, don't carry a Patricia Nash bag, because someone will will ask you, where did you get that bag? Or if it's someone who has bought a Patricia Nash bag, it starts a conversation right away. Like, oh my God, where'd you get that bag?
I believe it. No, I
It's true,
do.
I promise.
They're so pretty. And is this like roses? What are we looking at?
Yeah, I actually drew these roses, and then we made a brass plate that embosses it. Think of it like a waffle iron that actually from the back side and the top heats it and burns the leather. And that's another testament to the kind of leather it is, because if it wasn't Italian vegetable leather, it would melt, it would crack, or it wouldn't hold that tooling. So if you see something like that is not as nicely done as this, you know that the quality of the leather is not there.
All right, if you would like to order yours, get that order in before midnight or before they sell out, and then be sure to stay tuned because next hour you have an entire hour.
I do.
Who is going to be your host next hour? Suzanne. So Suzanne and Patricia will be back with an entire hour of beautiful bags. So be sure to stay tuned. Also, I have a scarf from you.